Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Die in a Gunfight. And this is a new action flick coming your way from Lionsgate, and from director Colin Shifley and writers Andrew Barrer and Gabriel Frary. And this is basically taking Romeo and Juliet and throwing it into a modern sense with, more or less, mafia. And you have these two crime families and these influential families, and just so happens that the son of one and the daughter of another fall in love. But you know, nobody wants them to be together, and that's where we're at. And we start with this narration, which immediately recognizable as Billy Crudup doing the narration, which is A+. And generally, narration can be a little heavy-handed unless it's done well. Crudup does a fantastic job of reading this narration. His voice is great and stands out and adds layers to it as we get all this background, as he tells us, as we see all of this backstory to all these characters, the layers and the different things that are involved in these two families. We get some fun animated sequences, bringing some things to life, and we just get a ton of exposition dumped on us. And there's plenty of style. Shifley brings sleekness, brightness, colors, energy, quick, fast editing, everything coming together to make this a sleek and slick ride for like an hour and 30, I think this is like an hour and 35-minute film, and it feels very brisk, and the pacing is great, and you're just moving along in this great way. And in general, there's tons of style in this film. It is lacking a little bit in some of the other areas. We do get some really fine performances. We have Travis Fimmel from Vikings, and also from Raised by Wolves, Ridley Scott series from HBO Max. Apparently he was also in Warcraft, and he has big energy in this film. He has tons of personality. He's a fun supporting character. He really grabs your attention whenever he's on screen. But our leads, we have Alexandra D'addario, who is strikingly beautiful, and filmmakers know it, so they lean heavily into that. And she's charismatic, she's fun, she brings some personality to it, because to be frank, our two main characters, Mary and Ben, aren't the most deeply interesting of characters, but you like them together. They have plenty of chemistry. And you have Diego Boneta, who plays Ben, who has been in Terminator Dark Fate and Rock of Ages. And, you know, he doesn't really stand out in particular in this film. To be perfectly honest, I kept getting him mixed up with Justin Chatwin, who I recognize from Shameless, and the two of them are like rivals here for love of D'Addario's character, and they kind of are interchangeable, but you know, we deal with it. But there's enough charm between these characters for us to kind of care about them, and there's some narrative structures throughout the film. Like there's one particular scene where we're getting this family talking about this budding relationship and what the expectations are of their son, and this family talking about their expectations of their daughter, and we're cutting back and forth between them and getting that added layer. It's some different kind of filmmaking there. It's some fun storytelling added in here to add some depth and some interest in this film. But I have to say there is some lack of character depth and just general emotional connection overall. That's why I didn't love this film, but I had a lot of fun watching this film, and it's charming enough with its romance for you to care enough to feel connected while we're getting all of this wonderful style thrown at us from a filmmaking perspective. And by the end, we're leading up to maybe a wedding. You should probably assume a gunfight, but who dies in a gunfight? You never know until you check out the film. But overall, this is a fun time. I enjoyed it. Especially if you're into like fun crimes like high energy crime movies and like action movies, check this one out. It's quite a bit of fun. But those are my thoughts on Die in a Gunfight. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.